What day are we on? Day 5! But today we are in... What?
Sorry.
What is that, sweetie? Oh, that's nice. We are day 5, but we're in Hoi An. We got some tailoring done, and now we are going to go up to Bana Hills. We're right outside our door. We got some chickens, some stray dogs. This is a vibe. Definitely a vibe. And then we just walk through this alleyway to get to the main street. But we're gonna go get coffee because we need it. Early morning vibe. It's about 6 a.m. Is this a coffee place, my love? Oh, okay.
I saw this one. The one that's actually open close to the right.
There's a lot of street walking, to be perfectly honest, because the sidewalks are so little, but it's great because even when you're walking directly across from, like, coming in motor cars, everyone just has a good vibe about it.
Thơm quá hả?
Yeah.
Làm đặc biệt thì 50 hỉ?
Yeah.
Ok. Wow. Lưỡi bò rồi đầy đủ.
Cảm ơn.
Thơm quá mẹ ơi. Ở nhà là thơm quá mẹ ơi, đúng không?
Okay.
Ngồi đi anh.
Catching some breakfast before we go. We went to this coffee shop and they recommended this alleyway, so here we are. It's a vibe. Best thing we had in Hoi An at this point.
The countryside here is beautiful. I love hills, mountains. It's so good to be back in an area where it is.
First cruising for a bruising.
That's nice. Yeah, it's really gross and raining.
There, they might go to the mall tonight.
Yo, were we the first people here? Yeah, probably first 15 people because, again, I don't know if y'all picked up, but we like to be the first at a tourist location so we can leave before it gets really crowded, which we made the right decision. We got here, there was a couple other people here, but there were definitely no crowds. We were able to get dropped off near the entry and just go in. This was a French resort way back in the day, but it was abandoned. So Vietnam, I'm sure their Department of Tourism was like, let's reclaim this bad boy and make it into the Disneyland of Vietnam. So here we are at Bana Hills, which was a massive view and undertaking because it was built up a mountainside. So it had giant, what are those thingamajiggy calls? Gosh, why can't I think of it? I'm recording this while I'm recovering from a surgery because I can't do much other than do this. So it had giant transportation systems through wiring up the hillside. This place was massive and delightful. And you'll see us in the rails later, but this was us walking around the bottom section entryway. And honestly, we had a lot of time to kill because the railway system or the transportation system up the hill wasn't open yet. So you can see beautifully decorated and restored to be a tourist location. There aren't a lot of people because, again, we were some of the first people up. This was a little artist view of the entire area. So you can see it was freaking massive and absolutely delightful. So just dinking around, making sure we went to the bathroom, pottied before we partied. The weather was not too terrible at this point. It was drizzling, but it definitely increased as the day went on. And again, look at these beautiful lotuses that were just outside. It was so beautifully put together. This is us following a group of people going up up the mountain. So as you can see, Starbucks was there, and we actually visited Starbucks while we were at one of the site locations at the top of the hill, and that was really fantastic. Gosh, y'all, I am literally still trying to think of the transportation system up the hill, but it's essentially not monorail, but it's wires, like heavy duty wires that run up the mountain, and the cable car is attached to the wiring system and it goes up. So if you can think about it while you're watching it, good for you. I just have, I'm just chilling while I'm on surgery recovery. So if you're picking up what I'm putting down, then fantastic. But if you aren't picking up what I'm putting down and you're bothered by the fact that I have not been able to come up with a name yet, then this is not going to be for you. Definitely recommend that you stop. But we are walking through the beautiful infrastructure at the base of the mountain. And if I'm thinking y'all put this much effort in the base, I can't even wait to see what you put on the top. But I was just struck by just how beautifully everything was crafted together. So again, we're literally just trying to walk to the first site to get on a cable car to go up the hill. Look at this. Oh my chicken. It was absolutely delightful. We were a part of the first batch that was able to go up because I was thinking, I didn't want it to be packed and crowded. And what was wild was by the time we came down, it was so incredibly packed, even though the weather definitely got worse as we were going down. And while we were up there, I'm telling you, there were entire spots that seemed completely dead because we got up there so early and we avoided crowds, and we were able to get really cool photos even though the weather was bad. At least it wasn't packed. So now we're going to the first rail location, and it was great because we ended up seeing a lot of the same people that we saw when we were heading up as we were going down, or even around the different tourist locations. But here we are vibing. One of the things that we were looking forward to that is super touristy was the Golden Hands Bridge. You'll see it later. It was beautiful. It was actually the first photo you saw in this video. But here we are. Boom. This is what I'm talking about, y'all. This little railway situation right here. We got up in this thing, and it was probably a 20-25 minute ride up the entire mountain to our first location. And I don't think we even went to the furthest part. We just went to the second furthest part, and it was absolutely wild. Here's the thing. I definitely wish the weather was nicer so we could show you the incredible views going up. But at the end of the day, I wasn't stressing out about it because it was just me and Riley vibing up the hill, having the best time together. So the weather didn't really bother me that much. I bought a rain jacket when I was up there because the rain was coming down hard, and I was in a t-shirt and a tennis skirt. So your girl did not prepare well for this day up the mountain. Here we are, cruising, cruising, cruising. And this was the wild part, is that we got into parts of the mountain where we had visibility and it was absolutely delightful. And then there were parts of the mountain where there was zero visibility at all, and it was kind of scary. But luckily, we were just vibing with this other group of people who were there with us. But boom, no visibility, just vibing.
No, it says to the right. Let's go back down.
Oh.
You want to go to the flower garden or the French?
Yeah, let's go down this way.
It says out of service.
What?
All right, here we are taking another railway system somewhere on the mountains. I was totally trusting Riley with what was going on because I had no idea what was going on. I was not good at looking at the map, so I was just chilling and trusting wherever Riley wanted me to go. We met this really great couple while we were preparing for the railway, and they were from New York. Hands down, some of the most fashionable people I know and met on this trip. But it was really fun. You have all these railway systems, you have the cable cars going on, and you kind of have to rely on this transportation system to get to different parts of Bana Hills or Sun World. And so we got to this French area, like yeah, here it is, this French flower garden, which was fantastic. Can you see, like, there was nobody around? It was just us vibing because we got up there so early and we kind of avoided people on this trip. So there wasn't a lot of clear viewing. Uh, this is a place where I could probably see us returning next year if the weather was nicer, but there wasn't anything that was like, this was a must go, because honestly, the food up here was completely mid. It was very expensive, and it wasn't something where I would feel like I would be robbed in life if I didn't go back. There were definitely a lot of stairs, so I would say not a great place to go with if you have like issues with your knees and your ankles and struggle to walk upstairs, because we got our steps in that day. Anywhere you go, like, you will need to be able to walk. And we were with, seeing this other family where they had to do a wheelchair for their Lola, and I could tell that it was definitely very difficult for them. And we would offer to push Lola in her wheelchair up a hill because it was definitely a trek. My favorite thing about, when I go and travel is seeing how many people love to like get dressed up and go and take photos in this beautiful place. So it's also just hyping up a lot of people, telling, hey, you look really pretty today, thumbs up their outfit, just gas them up a little bit, because why not, right? Encouragement and telling people they're doing great, like, that's all free. And so we were just vibing around in this garden, exploring, not a ton of people at all, which I love. You see a lot of architecture here, and so the gardens, but also all the buildings fit a very niche theme, which was fun. So this was just us vibing and exploring. Not a lot of things were open, but it was fun just to walk around with Riley.
They retrofitted with all these lights.
Slippery? Thank you, babe. Okay. The trade-off to the fog is it's not busy and it's cooling. Clearly, we did not get to see clearly in the distance, but here's the Golden Hands Bridge. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. And this was where the people congregated. This was probably some of the busiest places we saw, but did not mind at all because we were just chilling. And so you have these two massive hands holding up this golden bridge, and I'm sure during the clear days it's absolutely stunning. But you know what else happens during clear days? Grips of people. So I was very happy to see it and experience it during a cloudy day, because again, this was as busy as it got, which isn't bad at all. Love you, baby.
Love you.
మరీ దగ్గరకు వచ్చేద్దండి ఓకే స్లోమో
She can't see anything.
That was video.
Oh. A heating booth, babe.
Oh, I did see that somewhere else. Oh, right.
Let's go this way. Whoa. Step.
Alpine coasters are here.
I think I'm good without doing that.
Well, yeah. If it was sunny.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Wow. Sit down here.
Vietnam specialty coffee.
Over there.
Nah, let's go down here.
Luckily the wind's not crazy.
No, it feels nice. It feels like a spring day.
Yeah. Looks like a food
I feel
court here.
happy.
I was gonna-
What is? This place is wild.
Oh, they have a line already.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to do
Yeah.
the massage chairs?
Before we went to lunch, we stopped by at a Starbucks at the top of the hill, and it had some of the best flavors. I wish I could remember it, but it was so good. Poor decision because we got real cold when we left. Yo, okay, this is the only part of this massive buffet that I recorded, but this was some of the middest food I've had in my time in Vietnam. It was bland. It just wasn't hitting. And we went here because we're like, oh my gosh, there's so much selection. But we were probably done in like 10, 15 minutes because one, it got super crowded. And two, it was completely okay. Like there was nothing that stood out that was worth it. This view right here was what made Ghana Hills worth it. It's just simply admiring the architecture of the sites.
With your posture, you look like you gotta go get a massage.
Here's straight back chairs.
Who would have thought we would spa so hard? I don't think that was the game plan.
We walk hard, spot hard.
After Bana Hills, we went back to our Airbnb, dropped everything off, and went to a spa. And then, after resting for a bit, we went out at night. Very crowded. This river and people vibing in the boats is such a popular experience in Hoi An. We didn't go on the boats. I'm going to hard pass that. The weather was bad, though, and it was storming so hard. But look at all these people who are still out and about. We figured the nightlife was here. We ended most of our nights in Hoi An pretty early, but we decided to go out for the night market, which is across this bridge that we are going to. But I want you to see how hard it was raining and how all these people were still out on the streets. This barbecue stand that we went to was the best. And this mango stand by these grandmas, that was some of the best mango I've had in my entire life. And when we go back next year, I'm going back for the mangoes. But this was probably the best food we had our entire time in Hoi An, was at this barbecue stand by this lady and her husband, and we just sat behind her stand eating some of the bombest squid and meats grilled up fresh in front of us while it was pouring down rain. We just chilled right here, and it was very much like Riley and I when we go out. We're just here to vibe. And look how crazy the rain is.
And the sauce? Oh, was that for me?
While we were just
Oh,
chilling.
thank you.
This was a core memory for me. And after that, we just went home and went to sleep.